All right, fine. I made this 30-second video as a throwaway 3 years ago, and somehow it's become my most watched content on every single platform. So much so that the comments keep piling in. Unfortunately, the software I'm using in this video is not the easiest thing to use or set up, and the key customization is just super limited. But fortunately for you guys, kept commenting so much that I decided to just make my own program. It's simple, lightweight, and super easy to use on a 2 PC setup, the biggest requirement for me. So I'll show you how to download it, install it, set it up in OBS, and if you stick around to the end, I'll show you a built-in feature that I think is super cool. But don't skip, just watch the whole video. If you skip, I'll know. Okay, first thing you want to do is go to the GitHub repo. I'll have it linked in the description below. And when you're there, browse to the latest release. Go ahead and download it. Save it. And when you first download it, you may see this message here. This is because I don't have a developer account for Microsoft, which is way too expensive for something like this. So if you hit more info and run anyway, it will install it. If you're nervous and you know what you're doing, you can go to the code itself and clone the repo and run it locally. You can review everything. It's all open source, nothing weird, I swear. But don't take my word for it. Look over yourself if you're concerned. Anyway, click run. It'll bring up the installation process. You guys know what to do. Just keep clicking next. And now the software is installed. You can add profiles for different games or applications you're using. So we'll add one for Apex, for example, and then we can go here and show our keyboard. In this section, you can add or remove keys. So we can add control, and this is the cool part to me. You can rename the labels of the keys, resize the keys. Everything you do shows up in the live preview window over here. You can even see what the keys do live as you hit this. This is exactly what will show up on your OBS. If you scroll down, there's a mouse section, so you can actually display your mouse. You can choose which buttons to display. You can even add a counter for how many times you've clicked said button. It's not really relevant to me, but it seemed like something some content creators might want to use. And once you have everything added, you can easily drag and reposition the keys however you want so they'll display on stream. If you scroll down further, you'll see some theme settings. This changes the general display of the overlay. And I also added a keys per second. Again, this isn't really relevant to me, but I know it could be useful for some content creators. Okay, without getting too technical, this default port should be free on your local network. If for some reason another program or service is using that port, you can update it here. And when you do that, it just allows the WebSocket port to update so we can actually import it to OBS. And here, this little section right here, this is how we actually add it to OBS. So we'll do a single PC setup. We're going to grab just our local host. We will add a new browser source, call it KeyCast, update the URL, and I forget the suggested dimensions, 600 by 500. I was playing around with this. Honestly, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, but this is what I landed on. And you'll notice currently it's not working. If we go back to the program itself, our server is offline. If that happens, I added this button here. It opens up PowerShell and adds this port to your Windows firewall. And once you do that, you may need to restart KeyCast, but we now have our overlay in OBS. So if we boot into Apex as an example, also because it's the only game I play, now you can see the overlay is working. We have it set up on our local single PC configuration. Mouse buttons are working. Keys we set up are working. And we can add additional keys if needed. Okay, now let's say you have a 2 PC stream set up and you're running through a capture card. You don't have OBS running on your gaming PC. What are we going to do? Oh my God, how is this going to work? Well, what we're going to do is go back to KeyCast, scroll to the bottom, and you'll have an IP address here. This IP address is your local IP for the machine that you're currently running, in this case, our gaming PC. If for some reason you have multiple network adapters attached, for example, I have my VPN tailscale and my actual network adapter, this allows you to select whatever IP address you're actually using in that situation. So we'll grab the local IP address, copy it, and now we have to go to the stream PC. Okay, now we're on the stream PC. The steps are essentially identical. We'll add a new keycast browser source. We'll paste our IP address. We'll update this for no reason because it doesn't matter. And now we have keycast overlay on our stream PC. It's not running through OBS on our gaming PC. It's not running through any sort of weird online link connection thing or something. It's all local. Nothing's getting recorded. And if we go back to Apex, you can now see we have an overlay again. Except the overlay, it's getting powered by our gaming PC, but it's getting fed directly to the stream PC OBS. And that's it. You have a fully customizable keyboard overlay that works with a single PC OBS setup or a dual PC stream setup. You can add your mouse overlay. You can customize the layout of all the keys. You can rename the key labels on stream so they don't show as generic keys. Obviously, I have jump and crouch, but those aren't keys on a keyboard. But I said at the very end, I'll show you the super secret, really cool, well worth the wait feature. And the keen-eyed may have already seen it, but that feature is right here. We have a dedicated Apex Legends Super Glide combo overlay. And one of the cool features, personally, that I think with this Super Glide combo overlay, you can actually bind separate keys specifically for super gliding, different than what you're displaying in your actual main keyboard overlay. For example, I have left control bound to my normal crouch, but when I super glide, I have C bound because obviously that makes it a lot easier to hit space at the same time to activate the super glide. So in this case, I have the specific keys set up for super gliding, and this isn't an exact science on the timing window. I have it set to 33 milliseconds by default. You could probably find way more granular and accurate information on Moki's movement wiki, but for now, that's what it is, and you can change it if you want to. So let's see how accurate the super glide overlay is. All right. Seems pretty good to me. We hit a couple super glides, button lit up when we hit them. This is actually the first time I even tested this out. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. I actually appreciate all the views and comments and just general engagement on that random video I made 3 years ago, responding to a tweet that Fade made. Turns out, I don't think he ever saw the original video. He probably won't see this video, but it sent me down the path of making that original video and creating this program that hopefully sees value and use from some of you guys with all the different content you make. If you found this video useful, go ahead and hit the like button and do all that other weird YouTube stuff and share the video with other people you think might find benefit out of this program. If you have any issues, please comment below, let me know. I will try and actively maintain development of this until we iron out all the bugs, and I'll be using it personally on my stream when I do go live. So hopefully there's no bugs and we can just all enjoy it. If you're still here, this isn't even related to KeyCast at all. This is just a random aside that I wanted to throw in because my original overlay video, like I said, it got some traction and people were asking about it. And some of those people included a company that wanted me to make sponsored content for, advertising the product that they were offering, which they said was the world's easiest keyboard overlay. Unfortunately, I went to use the program and it was super proprietary. You could only use it within their software. You couldn't add it to OBS. And overall, it just did not seem helpful for me or anyone I would have made the video for in terms of how they were going to use it in their content. So with that being said, I'm not a big content creator. Generally, I don't even stream or post videos like I should. But that company reached out. They weren't super nefarious. I just didn't appreciate the way they were advertising the product to me to try and probably underpay to make the content to advertise for them. And it just seemed a little disingenuous. So if you're a smaller content creator, don't feel pressured if you do get an ad spot or some sort of sponsored video request, to immediately take it. Check out the product, actually use it, see if it's something that you would enjoy and actually want to share with your community, and then go from there. So otherwise, it's just going to look bad for you. The company's not going to get the engagement that they wanted anyway. And the people that actually do watch your video, it may actually push them away from your content in the future. Anyway, that's my rant. See ya.